From Dust to Diamonds. The story of Zainab. Once upon a time, in the heart of rural West Africa, beneath the swaying palms and red earth roads of a forgotten village named Majia, lived a beautiful young girl named Zainab. Her skin glowed like bronze under the sun, her eyes sparkled with quiet dreams, and her hands were calloused from fetching water, grinding millet, and sweeping dust. Zainab was poor, but her mind was rich, overflowing with ideas and hope. Zainab had one thing that made her different from every other girl in the village. She believed she could change her world. Her family barely had enough to eat. Her father passed away when she was young, and her mother fell ill. But Zainab didn't complain. She helped neighbors carry loads from the farm for small coins and watched them bake, weave, and sew. One day, while carrying cassava from the farm for a local trader, she noticed something. The villagers were tired of traveling miles just to get small things like soap, salt, and sugar. That night, as the stars winked above, Zainab whispered to her mother, "What if we bring the market here?" Her mother smiled weakly. "My child, even ideas need wings to fly." Zainab replied, "Then I'll build them wings." She began small. Using her savings, just 2,000 naira, less than $2, she bought a few sachets of salt, some cubes of seasoning, and small bars of soap. She placed them on a wooden tray and stood at the village square. People were surprised. "You're selling here now?" they asked. She nodded confidently. "Why walk 5 kilometers when I can bring it to you?" Day by day, coin by coin, she saved. She never spent a kobo unnecessarily. She walked to the next village to buy goods cheaper. She read labels, listened to traders, and asked questions. She learned fast, not in a classroom, but in the market of life. Just when things were looking up, disaster struck. One rainy night, lightning hit her small wooden shed, burning her tiny kiosk to the ground. The entire village mourned with her. "Maybe this is the end," whispered her friends. But Zainab rose the next day, wrapped her head in a bright red scarf, and started again with nothing but her tray. She smiled at her doubters and said, "If the fire couldn't kill my spirit, poverty never will." Her story began to spread, from her village to nearby towns. People admired her resilience. One day, a returning local who had gone abroad heard about her and donated 100,000 Nigerian nairas to her business. Zainab used the donation wisely. She built a proper store and called it Zainab's Corner. She sold not just goods, but trust and kindness. She gave credit to widows, sponsored orphans to school, and taught other girls how to start small businesses. Soon, she had 3 more stores, a delivery tricycle, and even a small farm where she grew her own vegetables to sell. She hired women, trained youth, and started a community savings group called Girls Who Rise. She built a borehole for clean water and installed solar lights in the market. People stopped calling her that poor girl. Now she was known as Mama Majia, the pride of the village. Years later, Zainab stood at the grand opening of a free training center she built for women. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she watched young girls, once like her, learning to bake, sew, and use computers. One journalist asked her, "What made you believe you could do all this?" She smiled and said, "Because no one told me I couldn't." Moral of the story. You don't need money to start. You need vision, resilience, and the courage to take the first step. Zainab's journey from dust to diamonds is a reminder that greatness is not born in cities. It often rises from the most humble villages, carried by the hearts of those who dare to dream.